Hello and welcome back. And in this video, we are going to be creating a custom view for setting our gradient effect for the background. All right, so let's get started. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click and create another file, and we're going to call this one gradient view. All right, and going to save it. Okay. Now let's remove all the unnecessary code. What we're going to do here is we're going to do something similar. So we're going to create a couple of or uh, two properties, like one for top color and one for bottom color for the gradient effect, and then we'll be able to set those using the storyboard. So you already know how to create it, but let's go ahead and try it out one more time. It's going to be IP inspectable var top color, and this is going to be UI color. We can use something called color literal, and you simply type color literal and press enter. So you're going to see this white color basically here, and you can select a color here. So for example, if I select this purple right here, and then we want to actually give it a did set, and we want to actually do something here. So or actually this is not did set, so we're going to use it. We're going to create a function, and we're going to call that function excuse me, we're going to call that function here. So let's leave it empty right now. I hope it doesn't throw any error, but let's leave it, because compilers sometimes complain if you have like empty block. So let's see, I think it's good right now, so we should be okay. Color literal, and we're gonna take like a darker blue, and I want to make this one a little bit more lighter, so can move this a little bit up like so. All right, that's good. And we want to put did set here as well. Okay, perfect. So now what we need to do is first of all we need to create a lazy var property. And lazy var is something that you create a variable that is not initialized until you actually start to use it. That's when you put lazy property, lazy flag in front of a variable. So it's a good idea to resources or variables that you think would not be initialized until a little bit later in part in the lifecycle. So you should actually put them in lazy var, so they are offloaded from initialization, and your code takes less time to initialize. So basically it is a optimization that you can do on your code. Excuse me. So we can create gradient layer, CA gradient layer is what we are looking for. Okay, and you're simply gonna return self.layer as CA gradient CA layer. There we go. And we're gonna initialize this function like the Xcode compiler suggests. There we go. All right, now we're gonna basically set up an init method. So we're gonna say init frame. We're gonna call super.init with frame and supply frame here there, so it can do its own thing. And we're gonna create another init from decoder, and we're gonna call this one as well. So hey decoder, there we go. All right, so here we're gonna supply our we're gonna create a function, and we're gonna call that function right here. So we're going to call our function to set gradient in initialization properties, as well as in the inspectable variables. So basically, whenever the value changes, the change takes effect. Okay. So we're going to call this set gradient colors, and we're going to say let gradient layer is equal to layer as CA gradient layer. Okay, then we're going to take gradient layer dot colors, it's equal to, and we're going to take top color dot CG color and bottom color dot CG color. Now, as you notice, this is an array that takes multiple colors, so you can have like many more if you want. We are interested in only two, so that's why we are creating only two. But let's say if you want, like, 4 or 5 different colors, you can actually create more properties and populate them, and then put them inside this gradient layer dot colors property as an array. Okay, now go ahead and call this method. So we're going to say set gradient color and set gradient colors, and go also call this here like so. And let's go ahead and not run it right now because we haven't actually used it. So let's select our base view, so it's already selected right now, and let's go ahead and change the class to be gradient view. If you go in the properties, you're gonna see top color, and let's define top color to be this color right here, or light color. Actually, we need it, so let's take a light color, and let's take a purple, dark purple for the bottom. Okay, now let's go ahead and run this and see if that change has made any difference. Right, so we have a crash, and so let's take a look why the crash. Okay, so it says could not cast value of CA layer to CA gradient layer. Okay, so this is being passed as, okay, so I think we made a mistake of not overriding a layer class. So let's go ahead and do that. So that's what it's saying, because it's basically expecting it to be a layer, which is by default, and we want to actually override that layer class into a gradient layer. So we're simply gonna say override class variable layer class, any class, and what we want to return is a CA gradient layer dot self. Okay, with this line we should have the default layer to be as CA gradient layer, so it's no longer a CA layer, but it's a CA gradient layer, and you can already see it basically in effect right here. Okay, our colors do look a bit different, but I think I like this setup better, so we can leave this setup here. Okay, so I think we are good. All right, so in this video you learned how to create a gradient, a custom view that can act as a gradient view, and you can define gradient colors basically to give a gradient effect, fading from one color to another. So and saw how to apply it on UI view. All right, so this is a wrap for this video, and in the next video we're gonna start working on our sign up view. So we have everything ready here, so we can actually utilize some of these things that we have done in the next video while we are creating a sign up view, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you.